Hey guys, this is a new attempt at going live with my friend Sadie. I hope she is here, and if not, I'm going to wait a little bit. I'm just tagging her. Last attempt when. Hey Ali! Hey, yeah, there you are. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to invite you. Okay, you should be getting my invitation now. Oh wait, that is to watch. That's oh damn. This is not entirely to plan. Okay. I don't even know how to return from this thing now. So that's done. Oh jeez. Oh look. This working. It says adding, so I think Sadie is sort of coming in right now. Yeah, it says it's still connecting, so I'll just try to. I'm gonna wait till you. Yeah, you got it. Hey.
I made it finally, but
Yeah,
my
it's
plans were foiled. I have to have my camera on landscape for this to work, apparently, but oh well,
yeah. For
the
me,
show
I
must
need
go
to.
on.
I have to make a few changes too. Let's see. Not sure if whatever's going on behind me is visible because I'm not seeing it myself. There's the chat is in between, so I should be okay. Just yeah, should be fine. Trying my best. I'll just leave it like this.
Mhm.
So yeah, hi everyone else who just joined. I see McKeever. Hi Ali, and hi other people. You're upside down now.
I know, I want to see if it works this way, but I guess not. Oh, okay.
So yeah, thank you Sadie for joining me tonight.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I think it's very intuitive. Um, I kind of gonna go with the flow.
Yes, I'm
So
going to see if I can put the camera. I had it resting. You know what? I'm just going to hold it because I don't think I have any other option.
oh, it was good. Either like yeah, maybe you can put it on. I don't know something like I mean I'm using duct tape, so
I don't have any of
because
that. So, yeah, we'll improvise.
yeah, it's in the end it's just about sharing the energies. I guess that's the most important. The things that we're gonna do tonight.
Yes.
Calling in Kronos.
Should be quite interesting. I've not had the pleasure
Yeah,
before, so
yeah, he's already made himself known. A bit before I started the video, so he's already here. He's in on it. He's excited. It's funny because last weekend I made the video. So it's all good now. Yeah, looks good. Yeah.
great. Okay.
So yeah, and you wrote a poem to him, like about him. Like that was really what you showed to me earlier tonight.
Yes,
So
he does make an appearance in the poem. Um,
yeah,
I wrote it just spontaneously about 5 years ago.
Yeah,
Um, and a lot of interesting themes arise, and we've discussed a little bit.
yeah. There's a lot going on, and especially I'd say past few weeks and stuff. Yeah, it's you have to excuse. There's some background noise from my dog. So I thought if you would like to perhaps recite that poem, uh,
Okay.
if you want to, if you don't have to do it, of course, but
Oh no.
kind of feel free. Yeah, you can talk about it, and I thought maybe I can, in the meantime, I can kind of do a sort of a repeat, a do over of what I did
Okay.
last week. Um, just sort of amplify and double, like give him another um, anchor into our realm, so to say, and I'll be giving him a blood offering as well. Just letting letting it flow.
Hmm.
So I thought maybe that would be a nice combination of things because it's what you showed me is really it ties in with current events. I'd say. I
Yeah,
th-
there you go.
yeah.
Just let me know when to fire away.
Well, what I'm going to be doing, I'm just gonna reach a bit of a calm state of mind because sort of got awakened again, like you wake up again. So I got his seal right here. Well, whenever you're ready, actually.
Okay. Uh, Here goes.
Yeah.
Shifting in a strobing plane, encroaching in a pulsing vein, sheathing as the sword is drawn, striking at the midnight dawn. Kronos in a mirror cracked, paced a path 3 times tracked. Luna grasps the heart of soul as ebon beads erode the whole.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Short and sweet,
Yeah,
but
it ties in so well with what I'm doing. Basically, giving him my first blood offering right now, and I will be. It's just not so much. It's more like something I wasn't ready to do last time, so I'm just. If you want to tap in, join in uh, with the energies. Uh, Go ahead, and I'm gonna be doing the same, sending him in through, and I don't know, communicate with him, and let's see where it gets everyone. And everyone who is watching is free to join in, and I'll be. Well, last time I was very successful at just projecting the energy through or having him project the energy through, and maybe it feels good to do that, to repeat that. So that's what I'm gonna be doing now.
I'll be with you.
Thank you. Oh, it's a very different energy from last time. Like, different mood.
What are you noticing? I unfortunately was not able to tune in last time, but
Mm, more violent, but that's okay. So I'm gonna just tune in a bit more, see what's what. I can see he actually has his what's that called? It's like he's ready to reap. That's what's that thing called? The that the reaper has. You know, it's his thing.
yes.
I'm feeling anger. There's a lot of anger, but I'm not sure if that's caused by the blood offering I just made or just sort of general like bursting out. Um, yeah, like a rage. Mm. The
Ah,
skies.
that's interesting.
That's the thing. Yeah,
Right. He was the
that's his
Titan of the
attribute.
harvest back in the Golden Age.
Yeah, he was. I kind of feel that rage is not necessarily directed at any of us, but more like a general. They say blood does something with spirits. Like they get sort of overwhelmed or something, like or sort of overexcited sometimes, but maybe it's the push he needed or something. Yeah,
Very interesting. So I'm
I'm gonna try to
working
see if
my
anything
cards
else. If
over here at the same time. So
hmm?
yeah, no, I'm just saying I've got my cards going and I
Okay,
got a similar answer. He's not angry at us. So
no,
that's a
it's
relief.
more like it's it's to be expected. You know, he's coming if he's coming out like from being held prisoner,
Right.
he's gonna be angry, of course. You know, at all those who did him wrong. So maybe it's good. I think it's good that he's letting that out. I guess.
Ali Brody says there's anger at something stolen.
Yeah, his throne. His throne is stolen.
Sure was, and we both know by whom.
Yeah, yeah, we do. We do. There was. I would like to say though I didn't really do anything because last time there was a bit of I don't know. I felt like I left a few spirits out. Should include them that they are also welcome. I'd say Apollo is welcome. Hermes is welcome. Hephaestus is welcome. Ares is welcome. And Poseidon is also welcome. And I would like to thank them in helping me. These are basically these are some of the Greek aspects of spirits I already work with. So I don't know felt the need to include them. You know, not yeah, to make them feel included. So that's why. Um, yeah, I've had a lot of help from them as well.
It's great.
Finally reaching
Not the
Kronos.
pantheon I personally work with, but I
Yeah,
hear good things. So
yeah, definitely. Yeah, I got a bit of a like. he said, I gotta go. Like he has to leave.
Who?
So
I'm sorry, who?
yeah, Kronos.
Oh,
It's like, okay, we're done. And I think, yeah, he's probably left the building, so it just sort of took off, but it's fine. I am. It kind of reminds me of how spirits sometimes, they sometimes they leave if they're worried it's gonna get too intense. Like
um,
they take a few steps back, like, okay, we don't want to um, hurt you guys or something. Like, when the energies, when they get in this sort of rage.
mm,
So it's okay. I think he's just sort of. I think he was took it all in, and yeah. I just wonder if you're all gonna feel some sort of rage too, like maybe plow through some things or something. So yeah, you
interesting
felt
turn
the
of
same.
events. Um,
Yeah, 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 yeah. It kind of was short but powerful, I guess. Sometimes that's so. Is there anything you would like to add or you would like to do now that you have the stage shoot?
well, I got my poetry plug, so that's appreciated. Um,
Sure, sure. Go ahead.
oh no, no, no. Well, you can.
Oh, if you wanted to share some more. If you wanted, if there's more you'd like to share,
Oh,
go ahead. If you
I
feel that
haven't
it's
thought of that, but I guess I could just mention that I do have a Facebook page with my work on it. Um,
yeah, you definitely check that out. You've got some great stuff going there. Also, your artworks, your paintings and stuff. It's yeah,
not
eclectic.
much content, but there's some, and I'm gonna be migrating it to, well, adding it to my webpage, which all that info will be on my Facebook page.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, yeah. I think I could tag your page like the other page you have. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Okay. Oh,
I'm very yeah, but I will.
Ursa Phoenix or um,
Yeah,
Ursula.
yeah.
Yeah.
Add that to the description here, just so that people can check it out. I think we have a lot of mutual friends, though. I think a lot of people who are watching have you on their friends list too. So,
Um,
but yeah.
Probably. Um, but
If you have any suggestions for now, or I think it's otherwise it's kind of done.
well, I wanted to
Or
ask
Kronos talk. But,
what, I mean, he was upset was your impression, and you mentioned that he didn't want things to get too intense. Um, but did you get
yeah,
more impressions as to what was going on?
I just got a feeling like um, general rage, maybe like sort of revving up and um, not wanting to make any collateral damage.
Mm,
Like not accident spirits. They and maybe sometimes they're extra careful. Like if they like you or they don't want you getting caught up in their stuff too much, or I don't know, or maybe he was just done. Like like, hey, he got his thing, he did his thing, and all right, bye, I'm off. See you later. Could be too, but this rage, yeah, yeah. There was for a moment I was wondering, like, is this at me? But then I saw the skies, and I think that it has to do with the times, with the times we're in right now.
Mm,
reaping, reaping, and you reap what you sow.
right.
Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. I think for a lot of us, this could be very good, you know, cleaning. But I also know there was something about his sacrifice or the eating of the children,
Mm,
that it's not, it's a cycle. Um, and it also had to do, like the Romans believed that um, it was a cycle of him. He would sort of die each year, and death and rebirth. But um, as a god of harvest, it would be like a way to make something about fertilizing the land and letting new crops grow. And when it's time to, you reap, you like, yeah, he's the reaper in that sense that, reaping the crops, reaping food. So that's
right.
the reaper in a good sense, you know. But yeah, I just think he probably has a lot of work to do, you know, a lot of interesting times for sure.
Yes, and we'll
Yeah,
see how it all unfolds.
yeah. So what do you think actually? I mean, you sent a few texts like about the sacrifice and stuff like that about the Titans coming back, or I thought you
Um,
had some ideas too, but
well,
maybe in case if you want to share, of course.
I'm sorry, give me a moment. I'm still kind of
Yeah, sure, it's
um
okay.
were you do you mean the cards I was doing before?
Yeah, what you got on that, on
Uh,
the Titans returning the sacrifice. But that's up to you if you want to share that or not.
right.
If you don't, fine.
I was just doing some preparation with the cards, asking how I should go into this, and um I asked at one point, is there anything else I need to know? And the cards were showing me this. It had to do with a male figure, either a loss or a sacrifice. Um, the sacrifice itself is represented by the King of Spades. Um, and so I asked, is this uh, representative of a Titan? The card said yes. So Uh, I asked if it was a male Titan, said yes. So I went through the list. It was saying no, 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 no. But for um, I don't remember how his name was spelled. So if you could read
Yeah.
for me.
I think if I'm gonna go back to Messenger now, my phone is gonna. I don't think I have that
Uh,
with me right now. I don't remember it either. It wasn't like a typical Greek name, but and for some reason I thought of Odin, but it doesn't.
okay, now I just
It's
pulled it up. It's Iapetus. Um, Apparently he was Kronos' brother who was also down in Tartarus with him after the whole Titanomachy went down. I didn't get much further in the cartomancy, so all I can really do right now is conjecture, But it was, I asked if it was, is this loss like coming about because Kronos would be returning from Tartarus, but Iapetus would be staying behind, and the card said no.
Mm.
That's really as far as I got, but I might follow up on this and I'll let you know.
Yeah, it's interesting for sure because like in the traditional mythology, I don't remember him having a brother by that name at all. But
Mm.
maybe it's one of those things that sort of got left out, or makes me wonder
Well,
if maybe he's a part of like a fragment of Kronos himself that
yeah,
just sort of flowing in right now. I'm getting a sense that it's maybe it's his it's a part of him that he will that he might have to sacrifice or have to leave behind or something like that, some sort of split off from Kronos himself. That's
I see. So yeah, it would be
his brother, but
sacrifice for both of them.
like between, yeah, yeah, kind of, but maybe with Kronos living on for the both of them, or like sacrificing part of himself, and maybe sometimes with spirit split offs or soul splits, the split up souls can you know live a life of their own, sort of life, I mean, with sort of develop their own identity and their own have their own names, their own experiences, and sort of become, yeah, like a spin-off for real. So maybe
Thanos,
that's
that's interesting. Ali Brody. Um, I
Thanos.
haven't,
Yeah,
I haven't seen. I've only seen that name in reference to the what is it, the Marvel universe? So I don't know
I think
about
it's.
that, but
Do you mean Thanatos? Thanatos
oh,
is a titan. I think
well that would
I'm
be
not sure of what. I think of death,
that. Yeah,
death or
yeah.
something.
No, for sure.
Thanatos.
I know Thanatos, but
Yeah, I think.
in the chat it says Thanos.
Yeah,
And
yeah, but I'm not sure. I I wonder some maybe if Thanos is derived from Thanatos. Could be.
very well could
But
be.
yeah, they're all kind of. I think they're all coming back. All these old gods. But at the same time, I'm not sure if all the Olympians are going to be gone. Like, not all of them. I see an interesting pattern that the Olympian gods who have demonic aspects or demonic sides, like been demonized, that they are not, they don't reside on Mount Olympus.
Okay.
So that's kind of an interesting, or like they are somehow maybe sort of connected to Zeus, but um, not in the inner, like his inner sphere or something like or at odds with him. So that I think that's
So
an interesting.
I'm guessing they would, if they were the demonized ones, they'd be residing in Hades, or do you mean demonized by uh, humans?
I'd say by humans or just in general, like having. I mean, I personally I believe that spirits have different aspects throughout, yeah, like different names and different aspects in different cultures. So, um, and I think a lot of the, especially the Goetia, have been, a lot of them have are like demonized versions of ancient gods. So, um, yeah, basically, I'd say those that have a demonic aspect that we regard as demons. I mean, if you if you look at King Paimon, for instance, and I'm pretty sure that his other aspect is actually Hephaestus.
Hmm.
Hephaestus is actually supposed to be a son of Zeus, but he got kicked off. He got kicked off Mount Olympus, and he resides in his own place. So that's sort of symbolic, actually, for what I'd say a fall. You know, like a fall from, I don't know. Yeah, it's like they've all been kind of kicked out or moved out or don't run to reside on that mountain.
Yeah,
Sort of just
Zeus runs a tight ship, I guess.
yeah. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I'm gonna need a little bit of water. Where did I put my water? I got water in a bottle of wine, but I can assure you it's water. I'm losing my voice a bit.
Excuse me.
Yeah,
I too
I,
store water inside various alcoholic bottles, but they're not filled with alcohol anymore. So,
yeah, it's like recycling stuff.
right.
So yeah, I also heard a few people like after my last video, they had Kronos' wife contact them. That's actually pretty cool too. Like
Yeah,
it's just
I
goes
thought
to
that was,
show that maybe by contacting and having one of them come through, that it's paving a way for the others to reconnect and reclaim their places. I think that's mostly what's going on. Like reclaim their rightful places.
right.
Like yeah,
Given the mythology, though, it's interesting. I'm no expert, but if I recall correctly, it was Rhea who
yeah,
uh, gave Kronos the stone to eat instead of Zeus.
yeah,
So it's interesting that she would be involved aiding Kronos. But
yeah. Well, I guess I mean even from a human point of view, I mean spirits have feelings, so maybe she just had a hard time with it, or I'm not even sure. Like there's so many of these things that are adjusted to a human perspective. Like these myths, they've all been written down by uh, by humans in their human point of view. So uh, yeah, I wonder. I wonder what's up with that and what her stance is and where does she where does she stand? But maybe she's kind of neutral or something. I don't know. Yeah. And on the other hand, you could see Zeus as someone who escaped the cycle. I mean, as much as I don't like Zeus very much, but um, if you see this thing as Kronos eating his own children, as like a cycle of reincarnation, and Zeus escaped that, so that's kind of, I don't know. It's understandable, like especially if you look at it from a left-hand path point of view, to escape. Yeah, escape being stuck in a cycle.
yes, I'm sure many of us can relate
So
to that.
that's and even though like this puts me in a very this it's very confusing for me because um, I see Zeus as a mask of the demiurge, basically. But like it sort of messes with my head, the idea that maybe he sort of did what a lot of adversarial spirits claim to be doing, like escaping the cycle and becoming your own god, sort of. But on the other hand, I don't know. Maybe that's kind of what exactly what the demiurge did and went. Maybe it could have gone two ways. Like he could have. escape the cycle, but not killed his father and get power hungry and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of personally on the fence about the whole syncretization thing, but I do see some, for what it's worth, some parallels between this whole uh, what's going on with the Greek pantheon uh, and the Gnostic concept of the Pleroma and Sophia and Demiurge.
Yeah,
Um,
there's the, yeah.
of course, I don't know if I would syncretize Sophia with Rhea in this case, but still, um, I'm hearing some common themes for what it's worth.
Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't say that Sophia is Ria. I think I'm not, yeah, I'm not entirely sure what her role is. I would say if she had if Sophia if she had any connections to the Greek, like any Greek representative, it would be maybe more likely Gaia or something like that. That's kind of what, yeah, the creator of.
What's the let's see, I have the
I think so. Sophia is actually Sophia is sort of. I mean, that already is a sort of a Greek concept. The whole stuff, but like Gnosticism. But what was that name again? Aeons.
mm,
Aeons.
right.
I wonder, yeah, if Aeons and Titans, if maybe they're sort of the same, or maybe the Aeons came before that, before all the, yeah. I'd
It'd
say
be
Sophia would
interesting
be
to
older.
read up on the stuff and maybe draw some parallels.
Yeah, yeah, it's something to look into for sure.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I'm not sure if there's anything else you'd like to discuss. Trying even the incense sort of just sort of stopped burning.
Mine did an interesting spiral with the ashes as it was burning down. It doesn't usually do that. It usually just falls off.
Okay,
Um,
that's cool. Maybe I'm just getting a weird sense that the moment he said, like Kronos said, I'm off, like bye, see you later, or something, like maybe he was on to your place. It could
I
be.
kind of did what you did. Got things all set up and invited everyone
Yeah.
before we went live. Um,
Yeah, it's kind of yeah, same here. I just invited Kronos before we started, and I think maybe it's the lesson for the next time. Like we
I
should have waited.
now that you mention it, he did seem a bit upset. I assume I made some assumptions as to why he was upset at first.
Yeah,
Um, I didn't make that connection right away, but I'm gonna have to draw some cards about it.
yeah, yeah. Well, it's with these things. I do always ask them in advance. Like I tell them that this is gonna be on camera, and you know that could not be it. Uh, maybe 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 the interruption. Like I called him first, and then sort of like it's keeping a spirit waiting. It's never a good thing. Like calling them in first and then do the whole set, like messing with the camera, getting like fiddling about with the Facebook settings and stuff like that. You just sort of break that. You break the connection and you keep the spirit waiting. I guess maybe that's sort of that could be what went wrong. But I'm also it also seemed like a general. I don't know. I just saw him sort of clawing out and breaking out, and just not necessarily angry at any of us, but just at the world or something. But
Yeah, probably. I mean, I know I'm getting this. I think it might be worth mentioning just the you know full moon. I don't know. Things were a bit
yeah,
crazy
yeah,
beforehand. I mean, what you had to do before. Uh,
yeah,
I don't know if that could have had anything to do
probably.
with it, but
But just sort of that's probably why he said, okay, I'm just gonna take distance and yeah, like that. So, I mean, spirits are of course very. I mean, isn't this full moon right now? Isn't it kind of about rage? Actually, now that I think of it, so maybe spirits are affected by that too. But on the other hand, I don't think that the rage he showed was a bad kind of rage. It just
more like a righteous indignation, perhaps.
yeah, 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 like uh yeah, revving up. I mean, he has a. I think he has a very good reason to be enraged, and sometimes a rage is needed to get things done.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, he's not gonna. I mean, if you take the sole purpose of this, what you call ritual, um, to help him claim back his place or pull him back, like pull him back in, sort of. I mean, not just before people start assuming that spirits need help or something, but just creating that sort of anchor for him. What was I going to say? I lost what I was going to say. Um, just yeah, creating that anchor, and maybe if you sort of release a prisoner, he might come out angry.
I can imagine that. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard a weird beep. That was very like the moment I said that he might come out angry, and I heard a beep, like a beep in my. It's very quick, weird. Well, it sounded like a confirmation, like some sort of you know, just happens sometimes, and then they're not necessarily angry at you, but maybe taking a bit of distance so that you don't get hurt in the process. Like he may be slashing around and stuff like that, and don't want to get hit by him. So
Yeah, this is he's not a spirit I regularly work with. This is um yeah, no, I really can't say anything about that, but I I can understand that he might be a bit upset given the mythology. So
yeah, it's now that I kind of looking back at it, because the first time I called him, I was doing that on my own, and of course, okay, with help, of course, but um, and I was very calm because I was uh, I was a bit afraid. This is yeah, I think I got it. Like I'm getting something. I think I'm onto something, but he was held back because I was a bit nervous. Like sometimes spirits do that if you're, yeah, they're not showing you their full power, uh, because sometimes if you're nervous, they don't want you to be nervous, so they tone down a little bit. And before before we started this video, and I already had a conversation with him, and he asked um, if I'm intimidated, and I said no. Just honestly, like, you know, I'm not afraid of him in that sense that I have no reason to, because of course he can crush me, but he has no reason to crush me. So I'm fine with that. And it just sort of kind of like, okay, let's get ready, and yeah, makes me think that maybe he came in, he showed that side now because I was ready to see it, to see his rage.
Okay, I see.
And
Yeah.
other people who are watching this, who have been previously introduced to him, might also be ready to see his rage and to feel it, and maybe tap into his rage energy or something. It could be useful. So yeah.
It'll certainly push you forward, I would imagine.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes it's needed, like as long as it's not completely blind rage, I guess some sort of direction. But you need to keep the engine running. So I'm just having a quick look at the chat because I have been ignoring a lot of messages I see. Sorry, guys. There's a lot of people here. And you're going to be staring at my fingers. So, to everyone who joined in later on, thank you for joining. If
Everybody.
anyone has any questions, maybe someone in the chat has any questions related to this. Thank you, Darky Lucy. Asteroid. Maybe she came. Luis Guerrero is saying that he had a connection with Asteroid, but do you mean like she came through right now, or just sort of in general? And I'm sorry if I'm skipping something. You're very welcome, McKeever Yancey. Yeah, you're welcome, Darky Lucy. So during the meditation, oh, that's interesting. I've never worked. Maybe Sadie works with her, or I don't know. You work with Astaroth.
You could say that.
Ah, well, maybe that was through you then. That's cool.
I did not call on. Well, kind of did. But
Yeah,
the
maybe
ritual.
it's just it's I mean, as you know, like I often have spirits showing up that I didn't call over. So maybe that was the case with you as well. Like if you get in a certain state, then they just sort of jump on, like sort of. I never know like exactly who's here. It's just lots of stuff going on. Yeah. Later on, I get people telling me that this or that spirit.
Yeah, they love
So
to crash the party.
yeah, sometimes they do.
Mm.
That's but yeah, that's I don't. Yeah, it's kind of their own responsibility, I guess, for these spirits to, if they want to join in, you know, it's at their own, yeah, it's their own choice. So, yeah, I think just gonna maybe wrap it up a little bit because I'm not sure if I have anything to add right now. If you got something to discuss, or if other people have questions or comments. So,
I have nothing to add other than thanks for having me, and it was a pleasure.
yeah, thanks for being here. And yeah, it was a pleasure for sure having you. So, I'm just gonna call it a night and maybe see what happens with the rest of that full moon energy. I do think like that influenced the whole situation. So yeah, thanks everyone for watching, and hope to see you all next time. So good night.
Bye bye.
Bye.